In a recently recorded incident, workers attempted to load a heavy road roller onto a boat in order to transport it across a river. The machine was moved over a temporary bridge made of wooden planks placed between the shoreline and the vessel. During the loading process, the roller lost balance, slid off the planks, fell into the water, and quickly submerged. The operator exited the cabin just before the machine sank and avoided injury. The footage clearly shows that the chosen method lacked the required load capacity, non-slip surface structure, and proper guidance equipment necessary for transferring heavy machinery. Certified steel ramps suitable for the load weight, secure fastening systems, and non-slip surfaces should always be used. A full risk assessment must be conducted before the operation begins. The video shows a large mobile crane performing a tower installation near a building. During the operation, due to possible planning errors, insufficient ground stability, or exceeding lifting capacity, the crane suddenly loses balance. The entire system, including the main boom and tower structure, tips over sideways in an uncontrolled manner, creating a serious safety risk. This footage clearly demonstrates how even a minor oversight during crane operations can lead to severe consequences. Strict adherence to load limits, verification of adequate ground-bearing capacity, and full compliance with safety procedures are essential to prevent catastrophic overturning incidents. In the footage, a worker is focused on his task at a loading ramp, but fails to notice a fully loaded truck reversing toward him. The incident takes place in the evening at a logistics warehouse. Under yellow lighting, employees prepare packages for shipment, while a large red JD-branded truck begins backing into the unloading area. Through the mirrors, the driver can only see ramp lines, lane markings, and a nearby container. The worker crouched at the platform edge remains outside the driver's field of vision. Warehouse noise masks the engine sound, and there is no spotter guiding the maneuver. As the truck continues reversing, the mirrors reflect only shadows. The worker is unaware that the distance behind him is closing rapidly. The driver's last-second braking highlights how serious blind spot risks can be. Heavy vehicles performing reverse maneuvers must always be assisted by a trained spotter with continuous communication. To reduce blind spot hazards, camera systems, audible reverse alarms, and adequate lighting should be implemented. This video captures a sudden and dangerous structural collapse in the city of Barnaul. As a woman prepares to enter her vehicle, unexpectedly strong winds tear the roof off an administrative building. The detached roof section falls onto parked vehicles below. Although the scene appears extremely serious, the woman in the area fortunately escapes without injury. Immediately after the collapse, she exits her vehicle and moves quickly to a safe location. Roof and exterior structural components of buildings must be inspected periodically, and any loose or weakened sections should be reinforced. Maintenance and structural control processes, especially in public buildings, must never be neglected. In August 2020, a serious workplace traffic incident occurred in the city center of an African country and was captured by security cameras. The footage shows two municipal sanitation workers carrying out routine waste collection duties at the rear of a garbage truck. While operations continue, another truck approaches from behind, along the same route at a high speed. The approaching vehicle fails to adjust its distance in time and collides with the garbage truck in service. During the impact, one worker positioned at the rear of the vehicle is severely affected and later loses his life. The other worker at the scene avoids physical injury. Authorities have not released a detailed technical explanation regarding the exact cause of the incident. This incident demonstrates how improper stacking and insufficient load securing in warehouse environments containing heavy materials can create serious safety hazards. The footage shows a forklift operator maneuvering within a storage area to lift or position a load. Unexpectedly, a large unsecured load positioned on the upper racks suddenly falls. The heavy materials strike the ground with force, creating a significant hazard in the work zone. The forklift operator reacts quickly, moving away from the falling load and narrowly avoiding a potential accident. This situation clearly highlights the importance of strict compliance with warehouse organization and safety procedures. All materials stored at height must be properly secured. Racking systems should be inspected regularly, and sufficient safety distance must be maintained in areas with active load movement. During routine maintenance, a team was preparing to weld on a large steel tank that had previously stored flammable substances. From the outside, the tank appeared empty and safe. However, residues adhered to the inner surfaces, and trapped flammable vapors remained inside. When the welding torch contacted the metal, a spark ignited the vapor. The sudden pressure forced the upper section of the tank, and flames, along with dense smoke, rapidly rose as the top panels were severely damaged. Before conducting hot work on such tanks, comprehensive cleaning, gas freeing, and atmospheric testing procedures are mandatory. Without proper verification, even a tank that appears empty can present a severe explosion hazard. In a neighborhood in India, while residents were going about their daily routines, no one near an old wall knew what would happen just seconds later. Security footage shows activity in front of and around the structure. Without any visible warning, the wall suddenly begins to collapse. With a loud crash, the structure falls apart, scattering debris onto people nearby. As a cloud of dust rises, individuals rush toward the rubble in panic, attempting to remove stones by hand. The injured are transported to the hospital. Tragically, 5 people, including 2 children at the scene, lose their lives. Later assessments indicate that the ground beneath the wall and the load-bearing structure were not sufficiently stable. Some sections had been repaired using temporary and weak materials. Firewood stacked against one side of the wall added extra load over time, increasing structural pressure. Due to the added weight and inadequate reinforcement, the structure suddenly lost integrity and collapsed. In Jaipur, a parked vehicle waiting roadside to refuel caught fire. The flames began under the hood and quickly intensified. The occupants exited the vehicle and moved to a safe distance. However, according to reports, a malfunction in the handbrake system caused the vehicle to begin moving without a driver. The burning car rolled downhill on the inclined road. Moving uncontrolled through traffic, it made contact with a motorcycle and eventually stopped after striking a road divider. Fire crews responded promptly and extinguished the flames. No injuries were reported, but the vehicle was rendered completely unusable. In this event, both the fire and the unintended vehicle movement created a chain of secondary hazards. When parking on an incline, the handbrake must always be fully engaged. In addition to relying on the parking brake, wheel chocks should be used for extra safety, especially on slopes. The footage shows a hazardous situation during a lifting operation. A large crane, or forklift, is carrying a heavy container suspended in the air, while a worker stands directly beneath the load, attempting to stabilize it by hand. This action violates fundamental lifting safety rules. When a load is suspended, its entire weight depends on the lifting equipment. During the operation, the lifting cable fails, and the container drops to the ground in an uncontrolled manner. Equipment wear, capacity overload, or improper connections can result in sudden and unexpected failures when handling suspended loads. For this reason, the area beneath a suspended load must always be considered a high-risk zone. During lifting operations, no worker should stand or pass under a suspended load. The drop zone must remain completely clear, and a safe working distance must always be maintained.